Brainy Dose presents 12 Things You'll Wish You Had Quit Sooner. You ever look back at something and think, damn, I should have quit that a long time ago? I've had that realization more times than I can count. And honestly, it's not always the obvious stuff. Sometimes we think we're being strong, loyal, kind, practical. But really, we're stuck. We're holding on to things long after they've expired. From habits that drain us, to people who shrink us, and stories that never served us to begin with. This video is about those patterns, the things you'll wish you had quit sooner. So let's get into it. Number 1, trying to impress people you don't even like. We've all done it. Bought things we didn't need, said things we didn't believe. Some of us pretended to care about opinions that didn't matter, just to win the approval of people who wouldn't even notice if we disappeared tomorrow. It starts young, but it sticks deep. Somewhere along the way, we confuse likability with worth. We start performing and basically curating ourselves for praise, validation, and belonging. But you can spend your whole life polishing your image and still not feel seen. Because the people you're trying to impress, most of them either A, aren't even watching, or B, wouldn't be impressed unless you walked on water. And even then, they'd ask why you didn't swim. Real freedom begins the moment you stop auditioning for people who don't know your value. Number 2, over-apologizing for simply existing. Sorry for bothering you. Sorry, I just wanted to say something. Sorry, I need help. Why are we always apologizing for being human? A lot of us learned that taking up space is inconvenient. Speaking up makes us difficult, and that having needs is annoying. But you know what? You don't need to apologize for existing, nor should you shrink yourself to be accepted. You are allowed to have needs, feelings, and opinions. Number 3, making decisions out of fear instead of alignment. Fear is tricky because it dresses up like logic. It whispers, be realistic, play it safe, don't rock the boat. So we stay, we settle, and we say yes when we really just want to run. But fear-based decisions don't create peace, they just delay pain. You might feel safe in the moment, but eventually that safety turns into a trap, like a job you hate, a relationship you tolerate, or a self you no longer recognize. You deserve more than just a life that's not terrible. Choose what actually feels right, even if it's scary. Number 4, ignoring your creative voice because it's not practical. This goes hand in hand with the previous point. I'm talking about that idea you keep having, that art you've been afraid to make, that path you once dreamed of but buried under bills and responsibilities. It keeps knocking for a reason. You don't have to quit your job and run off to Rome, but you do need to stop silencing your creative voice, because when you ignore it long enough, life starts to feel dull, even if everything looks good on paper. Fulfillment doesn't come from safety, it comes from expression. Honor it before regret replaces it. Number 5, waiting for others to notice your effort. This one hurts because it's so real. You show up, you help, you try, you give your best, quietly, consistently, and somehow it still feels invisible. You keep thinking, maybe if I do just a little more, they'll finally see it. But nope, crickets. Or worse, they expect it. Look, some people just don't know how to appreciate others. They are too focused on themselves to ever notice your effort. Don't burn yourself out trying to earn what should be freely given. Stop giving your best to those who offer nothing or the bare minimum in return. Number 6, being loyal to people in situations that don't value you. In the same vein, loyalty is beautiful until it becomes self-abandonment. Maybe it's a job that praises your hard work but never promotes you. Or it could be your family that expects everything and gives nothing. Perhaps it's your partner who says, I love you, but never shows up when it matters. You keep hoping that if you stay long enough, give enough, prove yourself enough, things will change. But loyalty without reciprocation is a slow form of self-destruction. You don't have to stay in situations that no longer evolve with you. Number 7, forcing conversations that go nowhere. You know the ones. You try to explain how you feel, and the other person gets defensive, dismissive, or starts twisting your words. Yeah, that's not communication. That's a dead end. Some people don't want to understand. They just want to win. And no matter how calm, clear, or patient you are, it'll never land. Save your breath. Not every conversation deserves your energy. Sometimes silence can be your strongest boundary. Number 8. Constantly trying to fix broken people. Does this sound familiar? You meet someone who's emotionally unavailable, wildly inconsistent, and possibly allergic to growth, and your brain goes, challenge accepted. Yes, you're kind, you're empathetic, and you see their potential. But while you're playing savior for people who are not doing a damn thing to help themselves, your own life is passing you by. Except that some folks don't want healing. What they want is sympathy, attention, or a permanent excuse. Help those who want to be helped. Let the rest go. You are not a rehab center for emotionally unavailable people. Number 9. Dismissing red flags as not a big deal. How many times have you felt that subtle twist in your stomach after a comment, a crossed line, or a raised voice that hit just a little too hard? And how many times did you brush it off, convincing yourself it wasn't a big deal? You told yourself, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe it's not that bad. But deep down, you knew. Red flags don't disappear, they grow roots, and by the time you're entangled in them, it's a lot harder to walk away. Trust your gut the first time. It knows what your mind is still trying to rationalize. Number 10. Ignoring your body's warnings. We've been taught to override discomfort. Just hustle through the headache and push through the fatigue. Sweep the anxiety under the rug and call it discipline. But your body? It remembers. It records every time you abandon it. Pain, tension, insomnia, that pit in your stomach. These aren't random annoyances. They're signs you've been running on empty. Your body isn't trying to sabotage you. It's trying to get your attention. Listen before it's too late. Number 11. Trying to be the bigger person every time. Being the bigger person is exhausting and overrated. You forgive, you let things go. You stay calm while someone else throws a tantrum. And for what? Here's a thought. Maybe being the bigger person means finally saying, nope, not doing this anymore. You're allowed to draw a line and choose self-respect over sainthood. You don't owe anyone your peace just to keep the peace, if you catch my drift. Number 12. Overthinking things that already happened. You can analyze the past for the rest of your life, and it still won't change. The moment happened, the words were said, the mistake was made. That's it. Overthinking doesn't heal the past. It just chains you to it. And it tricks you into believing you're doing something useful, like you're being self-aware or processing. But most of the time, you're not gaining insight. You're just digging a hole. The only power you have is in what you do next. So stop narrating the past like it's still unfolding. It's not. The chapter is over. Close the book. You've got a whole story to write. Now tell me, what's one thing you wish you had quit sooner? If this hit home, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if it helped, share it with someone who might need it too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.